Hi, I'm with Grace, and she's been a member for here for...
6 years.
And tell us about some of the results you've achieved in 6 years, Grace.
So when I joined, I think my biggest achievement's probably my 15 chin-ups.
15.
Record for the gym with the ladies, joint first. When I joined, I couldn't pull my body weight off at all.
So how many chin-ups could you do when you first started?
None.
None.
None. Not even with a band.
How many press-ups could you do when you first started?
None. None. Yeah, now I can do like 30 body weight quite comfortably. So.
And what other results have you noticed achieved in that time frame?
3 years ago, I did like a big cut that you guys coached me through. I lost 1.5 stone, was in the best shape, had abs.
What were you training for?
Holiday.
Where? Marbella. What's the secret to staying motivated?
I think it just holds you accountable. Like a lot of my friends think I'm crazy that I'm, here spending the money that I'm spending to be here, and I've been doing it for so long. I always say to them, it's a expensive way to gym, but a cheap way to have a PT. When you compare it to the price of having a PT anywhere else, like it really is value for money. Never miss a session because I know I want to get my money's worth, so it keeps me accountable, keeps me on track, and I'm still, after 6 years, continuing to make progress and gains and adding weights to my lifts and everything like that.
How do you compare our style of personal training to the stuff that you are seeing?
I've had personal trainers in the past where you can just tell they're there to get through the hour, whereas like you guys, I generally think you care about each individual member, what their individual goals are, making sure they're doing things properly, safely, not just sticking a load of weight on the bar so that it looks good on your Instagram. You generally care. And
that's all we aim to do, is to add as much impact as we can into people's lives and make sure that they're fitter, stronger and healthier. What were your reasons for joining Training with Adby?
I'd seen people, like friends that I know from Instagram, train here and their results, and I thought, yeah, I want a bit of that.
And talk us through how it all started. So you came down, and what did it look like? How did you feel before your first session? Were you nervous? Was it intimidating?
I wasn't scared before I came because I'd done quite a lot of like classes and gyms and things like that before. But then when I walked in and it was just you, it was quite scary.
Am I a scary person?
Yeah, I was terrified.
So talk me through the first session. So you came in, it was just a one-on-one session. What happened next? How was it different to what you've done in the past?
Well, it was more about technique, whereas in the past, obviously, I've been in kind of like big commercial gyms and done a class where you just get lost in the crowd and left to do what you think is right. And I think I said to you at the time, like, oh, my squat's amazing. And I squatted and you were like, yeah, that's shocking. So learning how to do things properly and the technique and do things safely was definitely the biggest turning point.
So when we first start out with clients, we like to put them through an assessment session first. So we don't beast clients. We make sure that we just kind of coach them through some of the main movement patterns and see where you're currently at. So even if people have been training for a long time, it gives us an idea because they might not always be doing things right. Mm-hmm. So you did your first session and then you just became a full member.
Well, I did the 6 weeks summer back on the fit side when that was a thing. And that was my plan, was just do 6 weeks, go on holiday and just get in shape for that. And then went back to uni in London, and you guys started doing like an online training. So that's when I got back in touch, started doing more strength related things. Again, you guys coached me through that. And then when I was home from uni, I would come into the gym and train with you.
Now talk to us about strength training. How has strength training changed the way that you see fitness, the way that you see exercise compared to maybe what you've done in the past or what you thought was the best way of training?
I'm obsessed with it, and I generally look down on other people that do any other form of exercise.
And what other form of exercise, did you do stuff like HIIT or?
Yeah, a lot of HIIT, a lot of gym classes, like legs, bums and tums and things like that, and it's just not, you just don't get anything from it.
Did you do the 6-minute abs?
Yeah, the 8-minute ab crunch.
Cool, so and strength training, so now you're obsessed with it, you love it. What do you love most about it?
I think it's something that you can do all year round and tailor it to your certain lifestyle, like in winter getting nice and strong but still feeling like you're extremely fit, and then in summer it's so easy to just get that summer pump and yeah, just year round.
And have you noticed any other results, any other kind of confidence, mood, energy, all that type of stuff? What have you noticed since doing the strength training?
I think other people comment a lot on my training as well. I was even out over the bank holiday and a guy came up to me and was like, your arms look amazing. And I was like, get in. So it's changed my body completely. When I look at pictures of before or when I first started, I was always very lean, but I was just skinny. Whereas now, I hate the word skinny. I feel strong. Yep. I use it in my day-to-day life, so at work, picking up heavy loads and things like that. It's easy.
Amazing, amazing. And how would this gym be different to like another gym that you've tried in the past?
Like I said before, like you just get lost in the crowd in any commercial gym. Like nobody looks after you, nobody cares whether you're squatting good or not. You're more bothered about looking good with what weights you put on the bar, whereas you guys have taught me to just strip it back, take it slow, work on your technique, and that's where you actually get the results.
Talk us through, was there any, like you said before, you was kind of in that cycle a lot of women can get into where they're always chasing the skinny. Tell us, did you have any fears around strength training? Like, was it like, you know, tell us if there was anything that kind of made you think that's not right for my goals, that shouldn't be what I would be doing if I want to look better, or...
I was always worried about my upper body. I didn't want to have biceps, and every time with bicep curls...
Show us your biceps.
No. But like, I was very nervous about being masculine, and I've just realised that it's just not. Like, it's lean and it's healthy, and...
So weight training doesn't make you big and bulky if you're a woman?
If you tailor it right.
Love it, love it. So how do you not get lost in the crowd at this gym? How is that different?
Well, I'm obviously like your favourite member, so I do get a lot of attention. No, I'm joking. It's small classes, one like...
Whoa, classes.
Sorry, small group sessions, is that the right word?
That's better.
So there's only ever at least like 60 to 1 PT, but usually it's less than that. And you just feel like you guys actually care about our progress and care about us doing things right and properly. So you can't get away with anything.
So every session is a personal training session, and we're stood next to you all the time, making sure that you're maximising all the time you're spent in the gym. Grace has done amazing. Before we finish up the interview, if someone's watching this and they're nervous about joining the gym, maybe they're in the same position you were all those years ago, what would you say to them if they're kind of seeing a lot of our stuff but not quite brave enough to take action?
I think it is. It's very daunting whenever you attempt to join any kind of gym, but the community here is really friendly, really welcoming. From the moment you walk in, you're looked after. And as much as like you guys pressure us to do well, like it's all within our limits. So
brilliant, well said. And that's everything from us. Back to you in the studio.